Hey there, H. Jane Harrington here, independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up. I have a paper pumpkin alternative. It is for May 2020, a kit in color. So this is what the kit looks like. You probably got this box, right? So if you're here, let's get started. So you need to get your kit out. You'll also need, do you remember, I think it was 2 months ago, No Matter the Weather, so you'll need this stamp set from No Matter the Weather. You also will need your Misty Moonlight paper pumpkin Stampin' Spot and a small piece of Misty Moonlight cardstock. Now, if you don't have Misty Moonlight, you can use another corresponding color. You'll need the rectangle stitched framelit dies. Grab your Versamark. A Stampin' Sponge, which I've cut into quarters, and you'll see I use this one a lot. This one has some blue on it, so one that you can use with that. Now also, I used the Flowers for Every Season gems. Now these are not available yet to the public. These are only available to demonstrators. But there are other alternatives that I'll tell you about if you are not a demonstrator and if you don't have these gems yet. So this is what we're going to do. Oh, you'll also need to grab from your paper pumpkin kit, you'll need the 3 clouds, and you'll need this card right here, the one with the rainbows on it. So the first thing you're going to do is cut out a rectangle with from your Misty Moonlight with these stitched rectangle framelit dies. Now the size is up to you. I chose one, I didn't measure it, but that's about the size. You can kind of eyeball it. I wanted to make sure that I could see plenty of the rainbow background, but it's up to you. You might want to do something different. So the other thing I did, and again, this is completely up to you. You don't have to do this, but I took my Versamark, and from this stamp set, you see the raindrops here? I took these raindrops and I embossed them in clear on the backing. You'll notice I made a mistake. I stamped it upside down first. And, when it's raining, they're not going to be in a complete pattern, so it's all right, even though I messed up. But that's what you want to do. If you don't want to emboss or if you don't know how to emboss, that's okay. You can stamp these in Misty Moonlight, and, it's still going to have the same effect. It just won't be shiny and raised. So the clear embossing powder is going to raise it up a little bit. So that's what I used the Versamark for, is I just embossed it. So jumping ahead, the first thing I want to do is I want to adhere this backing onto my card. So I'm just going to really quick use my tape runner just because it's fast and easy and it doesn't take long and I don't have to wait for it to dry. So I'm going to eyeball it, put it right about there in the middle. Okay, so there's my backing. Okay, the next thing I did was I took my clouds. You'll notice these clouds, when you punch them out, they're white, right? I wanted to add a little bit of texture to them. So what I did, again, it's a common technique and I use this all the time. I took my ink pad, my Misty Moonlight, and I dabbed the end of my Stampin' Sponge. Now I've cut mine into quarters, as you can see. I dab it on the end, and I'm just going to go like so. I start off the page and I just sweep it toward the edge of the cloud. And what happens is this gives it some color, makes it stand out. Now I only did it on one side of each cloud, but you can do however you like. You see there? So I did it to all 3 of them. Okay. Once you're done with that, the next thing we need to do is we're going to arrange our clouds. Now I was thinking about putting mine kind of like this. Now keep in mind you want your rain to show out the bottom. So I'm but I want some still to see some blue at the top, some of the Misty Moonlight. So you can kind of arrange it how you like the clouds to be. Now this one is going to be the key one. This is the middle-sized cloud. The middle-sized one I want to put in the front with this one. So I'm probably going to want to position that here. But this cloud is where I'm going to stamp my sentiment. So let's do that first real quick. I'm going to take the middle-sized cloud, and you see this stamp. It says, "No matter the weather, we're in this together." This stamp came again from the paper pumpkin kit from a few months ago. that was no matter the weather. So I'm going to get my Misty Moonlight again, and I'm going to ink up my stamp. Okay, I'm inked up. And I'm going to stamp this right about in there. It does not have to be perfect. You can stamp it wherever you want, but I'm stamping mine right there. That looks good. So set that aside here. And now this is going to be my sentiment. The cloud is going to make up my sentiment. So the cloud is kind of acting as a tag, if that makes sense. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put this small cloud in the back. I'm going to go ahead and use my tape runner to put the small cloud on. Okay, like so. That's the one in the back. Then I'm going to go ahead and adhere this one down. I'm not using dimensionals for the big one. I'm just going to use some tape runner. You can if you want. If you want to use dimensionals, that's fine too. But the blue kind of gives it enough dimension for my taste or for my liking. So I'm kind of going right like so, and I press that down. Now, I'm going to use dimensionals for this one because I want this one to pop. This is the sentiment. So go ahead and grab the dimensionals that were in your kit. And I'm going to put 3. 3 is a good odd number, and I won't have any bowing in the middle. So I'm going to put this probably right about there, so that the dimensionals make it pop up. You see? So there's the base of it. Now to finish this out, I decided I wanted something that's going to look a little bit like rain, and I know we have these new gems, flowers for every season. When you open these up, you're going to see a few different kinds of gems in there. There's some white ones, or clear ones, I should say. The clear ones are these, and you'll notice they're kind of like domed on one side and they're flat on the other side. Those are the ones you want. There's also some green jobs in there, but you want the clear ones. So get your clear ones out, and we're just going to put these around. These are going to be kind of like raindrops at the bottom. Now you can also use the raindrop embellishments that came with your No Matter the Weather kit as well, but you might have run out of them. I loved those little epoxy drops. They were so cute, and I loved them so much. But you can arrange these. I'm using 5 because, you know, I like to use uneven numbers. Odd numbers, I mean, are really good for kits. So I would use here my glue dots over here to adhere these embellishments on. Wherever you want them, you can go, you know, kind of odd little ways like that and so on. You might even want to put one up into the blue if you want, but it's up to you. So there you go. That is a really quick, easy little alternative idea for this month's paper pumpkin. It's especially good though if you are a past subscriber, because you would need to have the stamp set that goes with the No Matter the Weather kit from a few months ago. So there you go. I will come up with some more cool ideas for you. And if you have any questions, leave me a comment. If you'd like to subscribe to Paper Pumpkin, then go to paperpumpkin.com. If you need a demonstrator, I'm H. Jane Harrington in Pinson, Alabama. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.